tell goodbye from Reggie. He's done an excellent job here today for us, so let's show him our appreciation. Well, found all the way on the other side of the world in Australia, Indonesia, members of the parrot family known as cockatoos. This year's PDP is an umbrella cockatoo, one of 21 species of cockatoo. Beautiful girl. Now, they do use it to communicate with one another, so there's a variety of different reasons we'll see them pressed on a cockatoo. For Petey, it's usually when she's excited. But you might have noticed it makes it look a little bit larger, so a little bit more intimidating. Hello? Say hello. Hello. There you go. Very sweet and sugary. Now, she's selling herself pretty stands out here today. They can scream at some of the loudest levels in the parrot world, over 135 decibels. Put it into a bit of perspective, rock concerts go at about 120. So it can get quite deafening to live with a cockatoo. But Petey here certainly found her spot in her flock here at the safari. She is much loved and certainly appreciated. Would you like to show them your crest one more time before you go? Turn around, go. That's it. And Petey. Well, another major really available is to provide man-made nesting sites such as the one Preble Arts started another way back in the 1990s. Now, certainly one of the most fascinating aspects of being a bird is that a lot of them have the ability to fly. Of course, not all species do, but out of the ones I can, we here at Parrot Paradise like to say that none are more beautiful to see in action than a macaw. Now, to you and I, flying does look like a whole bunch of fun, but for birds it is a means of survival. They might be up in the skies to forage for food, locate a mate, seek shelter, or perhaps they're performing that long migration between their summer and winter homes. But Fifa is quite the stunner, as you can tell, so we figured the best way to include her in our presentation would be to have her fly over the lucky heads of our audience members. But in order to do that, she's going to need a little bit of help. So we're going to give Fifa a great big countdown from 3 and then shout takeoff as loud as we can. Is everybody ready? Yeah. All right, on my count. 3, 2, 1, take off. Watch as she uses that tail to fan it out for the brakes. And it's another safe landing. Let's hear it for Fifa today. Now we have our work, motivation, and training. We can help them say a few things. So joining us front and center is the stars of our presentation, our yellow-named Amazon, Fernando, and our yellow-fronted... Pretty cheerful today. Now they're also very polite. So Wasabi has a question he likes to ask. Big, how are you? And I see some lovely smiles. And they do both know how to say their names. So we'll start off with you, sir. What's your name? Spicy Wasabi. And Fernando here prefers to use his nickname when introducing himself. So tell everybody your nickname. Nando, of course. Now, they are parrots, so they're playful by nature, and they certainly do love to play this next game with us. Love to be tickled. Now, when they are tickled, the response is quite often similar to our own, which would be a bit of laughter. Get some chuckling. And our masters of sound effects. They have a few in store for you. First off, us drinking a cold glass of water. Good chug-a-lugs. Fernando here can snort like a pig. Pretty rude. And Wasabi has the bark of a dog. Not the scariest dog bird. It usually has a little bit of a kiss for the audience. Showing his appreciation for everyone. Now, they're obviously quite talented. They are talented musically as well. So love to sing. Now, just because they love it doesn't mean they're great at it. They certainly do try their hardest. All right, he's all warmed up. Before he gets singing, wondering if it's anybody's birthday today? We've got somebody right here in the front row. We got 2 of you. 2 hands gone up. Okay, let's see, Wasabi. No pressure at all. Just a couple of birthdays you're singing for. Let's hear your favorite song.
some of the rhythm. Not too bad, Bob. All right, Fernando, pressure is on. Let's warm up your voice. All right, we've tuned to bed. Now this song I think you might recognize right away. Bit of our national anthem there by Fernando. It's his favorite song because although we don't have parents native to this country, all the ones you're meeting here today have hatched in Canada. Very proud of that fact he is. Let's hear it one more time. Not too bad for a little green bird, Fernando. Now they will not only hatch in Canada, but they proudly live here at Africa.
Well, here at African Lion Safari, we do believe that the first steps in conservation are education.
Slowly. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Just boleh.
Bye bye. Hi. Bye.
Jadi public बैठे हैं बर्ड वाला जय ने आजा दो हैं
We're also going to be educating you on why they are so important in their environment, as well as simulating some of their natural hunting behaviors. Now for our first guest, you might think we are So these birds have an incredible wingspan. It will reach up to 10.5 feet. They also have incredible beak to eye. Able to make his catch. There we go. Now if you look closely at him, you can see he has some very attractive features, like that nice balding head and that beautiful double chin, as well as some nice white pasty legs. Now, as much as these features are quite attractive, they're actually very practical. He has that nice balding head because he spends a lot of his life with his head inside a carcass because he is a scavenger. By not having any feathers, they actually use it very similar to a rudder. And so they're able to make fast turns very quickly, as well as change directions, mammals or amphibians that are on the ground. Now, because they do enjoy snakes, which from where they are do tend to be venomous, they actually have really thick scales on their legs. So if they were to be bit by a snake or any other poisonous animal, it actually wouldn't affect them very much. Now, if you look closely at her, you can see that she has some nice dark coloring as well as some orange on her, and that is so she is able to blend in. These birds are mostly found in wooded areas and sometimes even out in deserts. Now, they have learned that they can hunt in packs, have incredible eyesight and incredible hearing. If you look closely at him, you might notice he has a heart shape on his face, and that is actually his facial disc. It will funnel these sound waves into their ears so they are able to see incredibly well. Now, their eyes are also very sharp because they make up 75% of their skull. Now, their eyes can be many different colors. If you got a close look at Stetson there, you might have noticed killer, meaning he hunts mostly at dawn. See this? Exactly. So Kenai, there is a bald eagle. It is one of 2 eagle species we have here in Canada, the other being the golden eagle. So we are going to see here if Kenai is able to grab his lure in the water, very similar to how he would grab a fish. There we go. So in some cases, the fish is actually too heavy for him, and they're able to swim all the way back to shore with those nice big wings of theirs. Now, they do get their name because of that really, really pretty white head. However, they don't get this coloring until they're about 8 years old. Up until then, they are actually completely brown, very similar to our golden eagles, and it's very hard to tell the difference. When they're between 7 and 8, they start to molt those baby feathers and will get that nice white head. Now, unfortunately, bald eagles don't have a great past. They were put on the endangered species list in 1960. The amount of birds start to decrease. However, DDT was not even told you who you'll be going up against. However, I will be keeping that a bit of a secret. So do you guys see the Roxon? Now, it may seem silly to have kids racing against such a fast bird. They spend a lot of their life on the ground. They actually have a flat foot, unlike most of our raptors that have a cup-shaped foot. Now, a few rules before we start. Do you guys see the T-shaped post at the end there? That is the finish line. So the first group, there we go. What about our black vultures? Hey, quite a bit more for the birds you just met 2 seconds ago over your kids, but it's okay. Are you guys ready? On your mark, get set, go! Good job. Looks like our volunteers are definitely taking an early lead on this one. Good job. Amazing. A round of applause for our volunteers. Perfect. You can head on back to Lester, our Saker falcon. Now, these falcons are able to reach speeds up to 150 kilometers per hour, which if you take in consideration, a cheetah can only go 100 kilometers per hour. Now, falcons mostly hunt aerial prey, so we're going to simulate that for you today by having our trainer swing a lure white mussels. He's also going to try and confuse his prey as much as possible so the trainer doesn't know exactly where he's coming from. Let's see if Lester is able to catch his prey. There we go. So he was able to catch it. However, in some cases, he's going to steal it. Now, what our trainer just did is actually the hardest thing to train in birds. She was able to get Lester to give up that lure. Now, by being here today, you have all contributed to conservation efforts. Here at the Bird of Prey Conservation Center, we are working on a breed and release program for the eastern loggerhead shrike. I hope you enjoy the presentation today and enjoy the rest of your day on safari. We are going to be having our few birds come up to the front.
Excuse me. Not a vegan. See, it's eating meat. Yes, I clip. Instead of photo, I clip.